Recording in progress.
Afternoon, Chairperson.
Afternoon,
Afternoon.
Mr. Matonsi.
Yes, Chair. We have got 5 members. We're only waiting for one member so that we have got a quorum when we start the meeting so that we can start the meeting. If we can wait for a few minutes, I'll let you know once the 6th member has joined.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Matonsi.
Okay. Afternoon, Chair, again. Afternoon, Chair.
Afternoon, Mr.
Yes,
Matonzi.
yes, we do have a quorum at the moment, but I've also sent a message on the group for members because I didn't receive any apology to join the meeting. So if we can start with the meeting now, we do have a quorum. We've got 6 members.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Matonzi. And good day, honorable members and all colleagues in attendance. We have since requested to convene for consideration of the legacy report. We have circulated it since earlier this year for update, and thanks Mr. Salmon. We have also taken opportunity to rework with the content advisor the report last night just to check if members have submitted, and requested again the content advisor to request members for further inputs. We'll focus on the legacy report, and members will then interact if there are issues that we need to deal with. We look on the framework and the issues that have been captured, and then we'll then consider it for purpose of submitting. We're fully aware that the term has not ended. We still have to conduct an oversight. We still have to deal with the panel on electoral reform before we rise, and we'll see how we open up the space. We've discussed with the content advisor that will note it in the legacy report. Once we've dealt with it, we'll then update the legacy report, but on that principle that these 2 items should be noted as to be considered before we rise. I will invite Mr. Matonzi, fully aware that at 3 o'clock there's a sitting, and also bills that are going to be adopted after the oral responses. So we'll try to run quickly. Mr. Matonzi?
Yes, from my side, as I indicated, Chairperson, I did not receive any apology from members. Chair, did you hear me?
No, I think you're cutting. I didn't hear you.
No, I was saying I did not receive any apologies from members.
Okay. No. We also have apology from
your network is not stable.
DCMT. I'm not sure if she has joined. She was in a delegation. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Chairperson? Chair?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's not stable, Chair. You're breaking up badly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Chair.
Now we can hear you.
Yes, Chair.
Thank you very much. I'm saying that the Honorable Mudisi was on the delegation. I'm not sure if she has joined to, I think, Geneva, parliamentary delegation. So if it's not in the meeting, let's note the apology. I will now invite Mr. Salmon to read in the entire report, and we'll note the issues that are arising. Mr. Salmon?
Thank you, Chair. You need to, Eddie, you need to make me host so I can share.
I'm just trying to get your name. I can't get. Oh, okay.
It's A. Salmon. Yeah.
No, I got it. I got it.
So good afternoon, honorable members. So what I've done here is I've captured the changes referred to me after our meeting with the chairperson. These are highlighted in blue. Sorry, I didn't send the revised copy to members. I've been trying to implement them this morning along with the additional other members' contributions. But I'll send this document where you can see the changes that were implemented were for future reference. Essentially, what the chairperson did was provided a more streamlined or summarized introduction or executive summary, where I listed the the particular issues raised in the rest of the report, the chair basically just highlighted the headings that are in the report so that the executive summary is even shorter. And then the readers can then refer to the relevant section of the report themselves. The chairperson also then included the context of the medium-term strategic framework as part of the context, and highlighted more briefly the work of the committee in terms of its issues for follow-up, committee meetings, budget vote reports, performance reports, and BRRRs. He also then gave a brief overview of the COVID, the impact of COVID, as well as providing. I think he just reworded the key achievements. So these include, for instance, the highlights, the reviving of the Border Management Authority Bill, and the appointment of the BMA commissioners, the processing of the Electoral Act, and the consequential and then the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill. As well as a brief oversight of the summary of the oversight, which summarized, which are to the visa application center, to Menlyn shopping center, to government printing works, and to the refugee center, reception center. And the joint oversights. The committee's focus. The chairperson didn't change, but it was captured because it was in the same section. Basically, these are the MTSFF highlights, and yeah, so and these are the highlights of the main targets for Parliament over the period under review, last Parliament. Then key areas for future work. There was a sentence taken out, just making the sentence more concise. It still refers to the same issue of the state capture report. Then monitoring the refugee appeal backlog. Again, it was just made shorter rather than specifying exactly what the issues were on the refugee backlog. Then the key challenges emerging, a significant portion of the so the chairperson just rewrote the issues around the pandemic. Then so indicating, okay, no, so this is the same actually. So rather than indicating a decrease in the budget, this indicated an adjustment to the targets and budgets of the department, because some issues were increased and some were removed. Then the reference to the Electoral Amendment Bill is already covered above, and so I think he deleted here because it's a significant. It's just more specific reference to how long the department took to revise to come up with the bill. Then on the committee oversight or the committee's international perspective, it just indicated that we need to follow up on it rather than the specific reference to the budget restrictions that led to our international study tour not being approved. Yes, okay, then also just rewording of the administrative challenges and technical challenges faced by the GPW, which we're familiar with, and also that we for a long time didn't have a staff researcher, but that this was in fact addressed because we do now have a researcher. Then yeah, then all the rest remained the same. The background to all the work, the matters arising. There was an addition here by Honorable Roos. Just we indicated VHS instead of VFS, and Hannes instead of Abus. So thank you for that correction. This heading, the chairperson removed, but is actually part of the template that Parliament provided us. So this will actually revert back to the same headings, but no content, no substantive content change there. Then, yeah, then this all remains the same from the version that the members have, providing oversight of the or brief summaries of all the oversight trips and their outstanding recommendations. Then, yes, that's all the same. That's all the same. And then just to indicate that there will be an additional section included as part of our after we've done our oversight trip to the Electoral Commission. There will be another section here that will capture that report in brief, along with its outstanding recommendations. It may well be that we'll try and address that before the members rise, or they might have to have a special meeting to include that section. But safe to say, we'll provide a similar summary to what we've done with the other oversight reports and include it here, and make sure that the recommendations also reflected in the challenges emerging and the issues for follow-up. Then the stakeholders, there was just an addition here of visa facilitation services by the chairperson, because we're going to be because we have interacted with them. Well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we haven't actually interacted with them, and this was based on the presumption that we were going to view the visa facilitation services, but the approval for the study for the oversight trip indicates that we can only visit the Electoral Commission, not the VFS. So this actually doesn't apply. Then there were comments from Honorable Roos on the finalization of the Electoral Amendment Bill, but this is actually referred to later. He said we should include reference to the bill here, but later in the report there was the indication of when it was finalized. Then the other addition made was by, also indicated here, the objection of the electoral of the DA to the Electoral Amendment Bill, which was reflected for the Electoral Matters Bill, but not for this one. And so this their view captured here, which basically said that their primary concern was that independent candidates are excluded from the election on the proportional representation list, and that minimum of agents able to observe the election process is not set. So two technical objections there. Then we carry on. There was an addition from the chairperson here indicating that the ANC and the EFF supported the bill, and then there's a list of the objections to the contents of the bill, to certain contents of the bill, as before. Then there was this correction by Honorable Roos on the numbering here, which was slightly wrong, and so that's included. Thank you. There was also inclusion. Yes, we somehow lost this from the previous version of the report, where there were mention of the petitions. So Honorable Roos just listed the 3 petitions that he was familiar with, and then there's an additional one on received from foreign nationals. So just indicating briefly what the petitions were and how they were dealt with. there. And then also related to that, Honorable Rist indicated the possible challenges emerging, which related to his submission on the petitions, which were on foreign nationals, the long waiting period to renew their passports. And so the challenges emerging there that there should be an improvement in diplomatic bags and high volume missions. Diplomatic bags should be shipped twice a month, and in low emissions once a month. In June 22, the department launched the pilot passport application service in 3 VFS locations in the United Kingdom. And as of May 2023, 1,000 passports were issued to South Africans living abroad through the VFS, and the turnaround time is between 60 to 90 days compared to the diplomatic bag applications, which range from 180 to 270 days due to the improved process. So I think then, as a result of that challenge emerging, we can say the issue for follow-up be that the process undertaken in the United Kingdom should be extended if it's successful. Let me just quickly catch a note that I can complete later. Then on lawmaking and litigation, there were no further additions. Oh, there might have been some minor typological there were grammatic or like typo errors that the chairperson fixed, but I haven't indicated those. Sorry, I'm just getting a then essentially everything else remains the same until we get to the consolidated legacy issues and the followed issues to be followed up, and there were follow-up related to the petitions from Honorable Ruiz, adding 2 recommendations there for issues to follow up, that the committee should receive a report of the progress working group established by the DHA and DIRCO to reduce the waiting periods at embassies and missions abroad. Committee members should follow up on the contract of visa application services. Subject to this, committee should follow up on the commitment by DHA to extend the visa application service to other countries with a population of more than 20,000 South Africans. So what I'll do is I'll actually just capture these recommendations above under the outstanding issues, because these recommendations are summaries of what is captured earlier in the report. Then we go to the end where the chairperson basically just reworded the conclusion, which is now captured as the Department of Home Affairs requires finalization of the DHA security bill, citizenship, immigration and marriages laws, and the GPW on their state security printing, and the IEC on the electoral system reform to further improve their service delivery. Continued focus is needed to monitor the modernization projects of the DHA as they have faced governance and technical challenges. The government printing works continues to face challenges in its network stability, governance, and related auditing, which will impact the country's ability to print secure documents. The Border Management Authority will need continued transfer of budget and skills, both from the seeding departments as well as National Treasury, to better secure the porous borders. So that's as opposed to the summary, with the conclusion that I had before, which was focused more on the regional and sustainable development goals, which wasn't as much of a focus of the committee. So that's what I have, Chairperson. I leave it to you how we proceed. Chair, are you still with us?
Adam, it
Yes.
looks like Chair is not in the meeting. I don't know what time he might have been cut off. Mr. Pillay,
Yes, Brady.
yeah, if you can take over, let me check where the chairperson is in the meantime. If you can take over to chair.
Sure. All right. Thank you very much, Adam. Let me just raise before I open up to members is that can we ask you to affect the track changes and present that on the screen, because then it makes for easier reading for members if there are any additions or challenges. And then there's just one addition that I think for me is missing is in respect of the CETA, where we've raised concerns about decentralizing CETAs in respect of the downtime. And I think there was a plan to decentralize it so that you don't have to have the entire country down. So that has not been captured anywhere. And also, I think the issues around the IEC, the oversight of IEC and the electoral reform panel, once presented to Parliament, the chair can then interact with the content advisor and add those things. But just to say that the framework and all of the everything that has been captured thus far is a true reflection. Can I open for members while we're waiting for the chair? Honorable Ruas, Honorable Kanile, Honorable Molekwa, Honorable Khomotso, Honorable Lizal, Honorable Lekwase. Am I missing anyone, Raeli?
Yeah, you're missing me.
Oh, you're back. Okay, you can take over then.
No, I can be the last. You can proceed. Thank you.
Okay, sure. In that order, Honorable Rose.
Thank you, Acting Chair, or whatever it may be. Yes, I think this report is a fair reflection, and it shows a lot of work that's been done by this committee, and certainly a good recommendation in terms of the trying to have potentially more meetings in the next term to deal with the number of items that we have to deal with. The only question mark, I suppose, to the chair or in this committee is we had this incident in the last week with the escape at Lindela, and it's happened before. So I think it's something that we probably just need to add here because it's difficult for us to process that now. It would certainly need to be processed quite urgently by the next Parliament. Assessing what happened again there because it has happened before. And continue with that work. But I believe this is a fair reflection of what we have done over the last 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Kanile.
Good afternoon, Acting Chair. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Proceed.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm largely covered by Honorable Rose, but I would also like to indicate that I'm also share the same sentiment that this report, it is a true reflection of all the hard work that has went into the sixth Parliament, and we are hoping that people that will be taking over in the new term will cover all the outstanding issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kanile. Honorable Molekwa.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Let me also appreciate the report is being presented on the Legacy report. Chairperson, I don't have much to make addition on the report, but just to accept the report has been presented with the additions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kanile. Honorable Khomotso. Honorable Ramalobeng, are you there? Okay, sure. Honorable Lizal.
Thank you very much, Acting Chairperson. No, I would like to thank the team for a well put together report, and I do also concur that it reflects the work that we've done. And hopefully we will all be back to continue the work in the next Parliament. I also just I thought that there should be more of a focus on the war on queues, but then on reflection, I think it is adequately covered. And Honourable Ruiz spoke about the Lindela issue, which came to our attention over the weekend. So I'm happy with what we've got now. Thank you, Chair, Acting Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lizal. Honorable Lekwase.
Thank you very much, Comrade Pillay. And I also want to share the sentiments with the members on the platform or those that spoke before me, Chair, to say that the legacy report is a true reflection of the work that we've invested our time in throughout the term. And I would like to support the addition that you made pertaining the issues of SETA. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Lekwase. Honorable Chair, over to you. And you can take over chairing. Thanks.
No, thanks, Chair. I'm not sure I'm audible. I'm struggling with the network. Like Honorable
you
Lizal.
are. You are.
Okay.
You are. Good.
Thanks, members. I also take note of the report and the work that has gone into collating all the discussions, the committee and members for their contributions to strengthen the work of the committee, but also to make sure that the executive accounts to the committee on the issues that are raised. There are few issues which I fully agree with the Honorable Ruiz that has raised now, that because we've not, Parliament has not raised the issue of Lindela. You recall that is not the first time that there's this incident. There was an incident in 2020 or 2019, somewhere there, and we did conducted an oversight. And there were issues that the committee observed and recommended. I will propose, Chair, that adding to what Honorable Pillay has proposed, that because we're still going to have an IEC matter oversight and has to reflect in our legacy report and also the electoral reform panel, we may need to consider as the committee that at the time we're going to receive a report, and I think Mr. Maton will assist us for a special meeting, that we table also this matter to the meeting of this Lindela, so that we will get a full comprehension of what have happened, because it happens in the period where we're serving, so that the new committee or the team collective, obviously they'll start with oversight. They may refer to the issues that have been dealt with. We can't leave it as it is. There was also an issue of the VFS. To recall that when we entered in the 6th Parliament, there was an issue VFS as being properly being looked at. So those are the areas which I think, in addition to what you have said, Honorable Ruiz and Honorable Pillay, that we may need to look at to strengthen the legacy report for purpose of the new team that would be taking over. But generally, I think the submissions of members, I fully agree and propose for the consideration of the report with that framework and outstanding issues that still left to come. Thank you, Chair. Acting Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair. The Chair has moved for the adoption of the legacy report. Can I see? Before I do that, I saw that Honorable Mokhale is on the platform. Honorable Mokhale, do you have any input? Okay, let us proceed. Honorable members, that is the legacy report presented for the 6th administration, and it has been moved. Can I get a seconder?
Chairperson, I second the report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ruas. Thank you very much. Members, that brings us to the completion of the legacy report. Right, Eddie, what was the other items that we have? Oh, before we do that, I did hear Adam mention something about VFS in respect of the oversight. Right, Eddie, does that mean that we are only going to the IEC and not to VFS? And can you perhaps tell us what is the reason behind that?
Okay, Chairperson. When we made an application to visit IEC and VFS. And then when the application was considered by the House Chair, they said, no, we should only, they are approving it so that no, we only go to IEC. So they did not give reasons, but they just indicated that no, the approval is granted so that we can only go to the IEC.
Okay, all right, okay. We'll probably get an update from the Chair. Chair, are you audible? Yes, Honorable Lizelle.
Chair, I'm just wondering, I do not understand the reasoning if Parliament is making resources available for us to fly and to be accommodated, and it's in the same province, then I do not understand the reasoning for us not being able to visit VFS. So I wonder if we can just be finished with more details, because from a logistical point of view, if expenses is being made available for us to do the oversight, I can understand if it was in 2 different provinces, but now, you know, the explanation doesn't really put my mind to ease, because I would have gone to VFS first before going to the IEC, because I think our struggles have been with, So if we can just maybe get more information if Eddie can just get more information for us, please, because that doesn't make any sense.
Sure, Honorable Lizelle. Chair, are you at a better spot? Are you able to make any input on this item?
Thank you. We'll get the reasoning. I think I understand the submission of Honorable Lizelle. We'll interact with the COC, Chair of Chairs, and in the next probably meeting, we'll able to update members. Secondly, Mr. Matonsi, now that I've interacted with the minister yesterday, and he was telling me, I'm not sure there's formal written correspondence, that they have now met with the IEC and consulted. I'm not sure how we're going to process this matter, but we may need to get a special meeting to deal with that. Can we try to interact with the COC around these 2 issues? Just inform, so that I inform the meeting now. When we have that special meeting, we're able to consider this process. Mr. Matonsi?
Yes, Chairperson. With regard to a special meeting, I can do that, especially on the issue of, I'll write a letter to the House Chair in terms of the VFS. In terms of the electoral consultation panel, like as I indicated to you, Chairperson, the minister has to table the names to Parliament, to the office of the Speaker, and then those names will be referred to us. There was a letter as well that were after the debate of the report that was sent to the office of the minister to indicate that the name should be tabled to the office of the Speaker, so that the office of the Speaker can refer them to us. Today I did also speak to Muzi about it, and Muzi is here in the meeting, so it will be easy if we know when are they tabling those names to the office of the Speaker to work on the date when we can meet again. That's all, Chair.
Okay.
There is a hand, Chairperson, from Honorable Play.
Yeah, but I see that he's exited the meeting again.
Yeah, I didn't even check. So you will have to take over.
Yeah, but Eddie, while the chair is trying to connect, and why I had my hand up was one, to support what Honorable Lizelle has said, and also to say that VFS was part of our program to have conducted oversight in fact in the last quarter. That was in the last term, and then we said we'll do it in this term. So I'm making a special appeal, and even if the chair has to write to the COC to say that we are already going there and that we should be allowed to go to VFS, I think it's very important that we complete that. And then two is that the process obviously that needs to be followed in order for the report on the panel. If you are saying it needs to go to the speaker and then that's then referred to our committee, then Muzi needs to follow up on that, because there is going to be one other item, and that's the bill, because that's also, it's gone to the NCOP. It's going to have to come back to us, and even though Parliament is rising, there is going to be a need for us to come back to deal with that. So perhaps we also need to just get an update on that so that we are able to deal with both of it.
Okay, Chair. Just on the bill, the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill, I think was debated in the NCOP. They did not make any changes. I've seen on the parliamentary papers that it has been submitted to the President for assent, so it won't be coming back to us.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Okay, that's wonderful. Muzi, you wanted to say something?
Yes, Chairman, I can only confirm what Eddie has said. Indeed, we did receive a letter from the Office of the Speaker, which was indicating the process that needs to be followed. So indeed, I can confirm what Eddie has just said. So I'll also be guided by the decisions that are taken in this forum, sir. Thank you.
Okay, the chair is back. Chair, over to you. Okay, let's move on because he seems to be struggling.
He's struggling with the network.
Bro Eddie, can you just put up the minutes that we have to adopt?
Okay, Chairperson, we do have, if you remember, this year we never adopted any minutes. And then also for the month of December, there were minutes that we did not adopt, I think from the 1st of December. Chairperson, this is the 1st of December. This is where the minister was briefing the committee on the establishment of the Electoral Reform Consultation Panel. And then also the BMA was briefing us on their preparation for the festive season, Chairperson. So yeah, the minutes, all of the minutes were sent last week to members. I only got 2 amendments or correction on the minutes from Honorable Ross, and then I'll indicate that when we get to those minutes.
Thank you very much. Can I call for someone to move for the adoption of the minutes of the 1st of December?
Move for the adoption, Acting Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Seconder?
I will second, Acting Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lizelle. Let's move on.
Okay.
Then the next one was on December 4. The minister, okay. Then that's where I briefed the committee on the process, on the legislative program to process the electoral amendment bill, and then consideration and adoption of the report on the establishment of the electoral reform consultation panel. And then we also dealt with the issue of the draft legacy report.
Thank you. Can I move for the adoption of the minutes if there are no amendments or changes?
I move for the adoption, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Rose. Seconded.
Second, Chair.
Thank you. Can we move on?
Yeah. I'm just okay. I think yeah. And then the 8th December, we were briefed by Legal Service and IEC on the Constitutional Court judgment on the Electoral Act and its implication, and then responses by the Parliamentary Legal Service and Independent Electoral Commission. So yeah, those are the two issues that we dealt with, Chair.
Okay. Are there any changes or amendments, or can I call for the mover and a seconder of the minutes?
I move, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ramalobeng. Can I get a seconder?
I'll second, Chair.
Lekwasa, second, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Lekwasa and Honorable
move
Rose. Oh, it's moved already, Chair. Thank you. Let's move on.
Okay.
Are we still in December, Eddie?
Yeah. We this is the last one in December.
Okay, go on.
This is where the minister and the department briefed the committee on the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill. This, I think, was a joint meeting with the Select Committee and the Constitutional Court judgment on the Electoral Amendment Act. This is on the issue of the signatures. Yeah, and then also I think I briefed the committee on the joint legislative program to process the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill, Chair.
Thank you. Can you go to the attendance so that members can see who was present and they'll be able to thank you? Can I have someone move for the adoption of the minutes?
Chairperson, I move for the adoption. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kanile, for the adoption. Thank you, Honorable Khwase, for seconding. Thank you. Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, can I suggest, Eddie, that you present the minutes of February, all of them, and then we get a mover and seconder for all of the minutes in Feb.
Yeah, Chair, but I'll need to have a mover for each one of them.
Each one. Okay.
Yeah,
sure,
so that it's recorded. Yeah. So this is 6 February. This is where we had public hearings. And then, but before the public hearings, we were briefed by the Parliament Legal Service and the Electoral Commission Amendment Bill. This is the private members bill. And also we're briefed on that one, and also the marriage bill. Not necessarily on the marriage bill, but on the matter of when we can advertise and have the minister briefing the committee. And then the content advisor also did the summary on the electoral amendment bill. And then we had public hearings on that day, Chair.
Okay. Move to the attendance of the meeting.
Sorry.
Thank you. Can I have someone move for the adoption?
I'll move for the adoption, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Lizal.
I second, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Ramalobeng and Honorable Molekwa. Let's move on.
Okay. Chairperson, this is it's a joint meeting with the Select Committee. This is where the Parliamentary Legal Service, IEC, Department of Communication and Digital Technologies, Department of Home Affairs, and then responded to the submission on the bill. We also adopted the motion of desirability on the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill. And then we also adopted the revised legislative program. Then the content advisor briefed us on the issues that were emanating from the public hearings. And then, then we deliberated, Chair.
Thank you very much. Go to the attendance. Thank you. Can I ask for a move and adopt and second?
I will move for the
adoption,
adoption.
Chairperson.
Okay, I think both of you are talking at the same time. Can I just record who's moving and who's seconding? I heard Honorable Molekwa.
Honorable Malekwa moves. I'll second, Acting Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Honorable Molekwa and Honorable Desal. Thank you. For Eddie, can we move on?
Okay. Chair, also this was a meeting on 14 February. Then you remember the department was requested again to make a substantive submission on the responses and on the electoral matters amendment bill, and then briefing on we did the electoral the legislative program. Yeah, on all that stuff, Chairperson. Mostly it's like a repetition of what we did last time. Yeah.
All right, go to the attendance. Okay, members, honorable members, can we have someone move and second?
I will move for the adoption.
Honorable Lezal moves, Honorable Lekhwase seconds. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Matonsi, you should have had all lined up.
No, I did, but they move up and down, so I don't know why.
Okay.
They are lined up. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the briefing by the content advisor on issues, and then the Department of Home Affairs, IEC department on consent and diverge on the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill and committee deliberation on the Electoral Amendment Bill. So I think, yeah, this is where the content advisor consolidated a document on issues that all the people that briefed the committee previously have agreed on.
Okay, attendance. Thank you, members.
I move for the adoption of the minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Molekwa. Seconder.
Lekhwase, Acting Chair.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can we move on?
This is the 20th of February. The IEC briefed us on clause 31 of the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill and deliberation on the bill.
Okay. Honorable members.
I move for the adoption, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lezal. Can I have a seconder?
Seconder, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Molekwa. Let's move on, Mr. Matonsi.
Yes. This is 22nd February. The state law advisor briefed us on the A list.
Okay. It was just the A list, yes, correct.
Yeah.
Members?
I move, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ramalubeng. Can I have the seconder, please?
I will second.
Thank you, Honorable Lezal. Mr. Matonsi, the next one.
Next one. It's 27 February. Briefing by the Minister of Home Affairs on the progress in establishing the electoral consultation panel. I think with this one, we did not deal with it that day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we did not.
Yeah, then I think I have to make sure that I remove that one later. And then a briefing by the department, BMA, IEC, GPW on their budget allocations.
Thank you. With that amendment of number 3, can I have someone move for the adoption of the minutes?
I move, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kanile. Can I have someone second?
I second, Chairperson.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Ekwase. Can we move on?
Okay. Okay, this is minutes on the 1st of March. That's where we finalized did the clause by clause and finalized the Electoral Matters Amendment Bill. I think there is a portion that Mr. Ross indicated that I should include. It reads as follows: the DA objected to the adoption of the bill because they felt that clause 29 unfairly amends the formula used to allocate funds and remove the political party funding donation limit and threshold without putting in place an interim limit and threshold. These are not consequential amendments, and an impact assessment of the political party funding must be undertaken to advise substantive changes in a future general electoral amendment bill. So this is what Mr. Ross added on the minutes.
Members, there was that part that Honorable Roos has brought in. I just need to get your views. If you just go back to that, Honorable Matonzi, sorry, Mr. Matonzi, just go back
promotion.
to that. Yeah. Okay. So it's just giving the reasoning. Okay. With that inclusion, can I get someone to move for the adoption of the minutes?
I adopt the minutes with the inclusion made, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ekwase. Can I have a seconder?
A second, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Roos. Mr. Matonzi, the next one.
Yes, the next one. Okay. March 5. Is briefing by the department on the progress made in the implementation of the Ministerial Committee on Issuance of Permits. That's the Lubisi report. And also briefing by the Minister and GPW on the progress made in the implementation of the Ministerial Review Panel on the loss of data at GPW. So those were the 2 issues that we dealt with that day.
Thank you very much. Can I have for a mover and a seconder?
Move for adoption, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Molekwa. I see Honorable Ekwase's hand there. Okay, no, that's all done. Can I get a seconder?
I second, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kanile. Can we move on?
Yeah. So I'm sorry, it opened the old one.
It's 2 o'clock, Mr. Matonzi, just so you know. Can we move?
Yeah, I don't know what happened now. And this is the last minutes anyway. It moves everything upside down. I don't know. Oh, okay, I got it. I'm not sure if you are able to see here.
Yes, we can. Continue.
Okay. These are minutes of last week where the IEC briefed us on the registration weekend of the 3rd and the 4th and their readiness for national and provincial election. And then also we received a briefing from the minister or the department on the marriage bill chairperson. And then I think there was just a smaller typo that Honorable Ross indicated. If I'm not mistaken, no, it was written a bill, but it was supposed to be legacy report.
Thank you. With that amendment, can I have someone move for the adoption of the minutes?
I move for the adoption.
Thank you, Honorable Ross. Seconder.
I second, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kanile. Members, that brings us to the end of the adoption of minutes. I just want to, in wrapping up, reiterate two things. One is that Mr. Matonsi, that you would write to the minister to find out, or that he could advise us on when he's going to be tabling the panel, because I know that is obviously going to be finalized. Muzi has indicated that there's been some correspondence to and forth, so I'm just saying that that's how I've established that. So just to get an indication of when that's going to be, and then also to speak to the COC in respect of the oversight visit to the IEC for us to have the VFS included. And then we've also agreed that the chair would then together with the content advisor, will add the parts that needs to be added onto the legacy report in respect of those items that we've mentioned. Mr. Matonsi, you just want to give any announcements before we close?
Yes, Chair. Is that the application for the oversight is for members to leave on a Sunday, which is the 7th of April. And then the current, I'm talking about the current program, was that we are going to be at the IEC on the 8th of April at the head office the whole day. Then the following day, we are going to be visiting the Result Operations Center, the national and the provincial. That will be on the 9th. And then on the 10th, we're going to be visiting the ballot printing facilities around that area. Because if you recall last week when they presented, they indicated that the printing of ballot papers will commence on the 10th of April. So that's why we have stretched it to the 10th of April. So that from there, and then members will leave. But probably it will change based on what the committee has decided now, that a letter should be written to House Chair to request that since we'll be in Pretoria, we might as well go to VFS. And also that the program that I just outlined now, I've sent it to the chairperson and also sent it to the IEC. I haven't really gotten substantive feedback from the IEC, but what I got yesterday was that the chairperson of the IEC will have to speak to Mr. Chabane, because they felt that to be there for 3 days will be too long. So that's where we are at the moment. In terms of accommodation, we have identified the Sheraton Hotel, but I was informed that the Sheraton Hotel is not in a good form at the moment. And then we are looking at the Southern Sun in Arcadia as an accommodation, chairperson.
Okay, thank you. You'll give members more details, but I think in response to the IEC, I think what you can do is because there are certain items that can be done on the same day, and then you include VFS, and that might be a motivation in itself. Because it might be stretching it out in respect of 3 days for the IEC. So perhaps you can then give us feedback on the VFS, and we try and fit it in those days so it doesn't have to extend. With that, thank you very much, honorable members. for your contribution today, and the chair apologizes profusely for the network challenges that he has faced today. And thank you very much. We would connect to the house, or those of us that are going to be physical will be in the house. Thank you very, very much. We shall see each other at the oversight.
Thank you, Acting Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Chair.